Welcome back, you absolute legends. I just thought I'd throw a quick video together and tell you what I've been up to this weekend. Well, before the rain stopped absolute play today, which it has done. Every time I've got the tools out, it started raining, put them away, sun's out, get the tools out, back with the rain, so I decided to throw in the towel and admit defeat. But finally decided on some cladding for the building, and I've went with Shou Sugi Ban. What is that? Well, it's a Japanese form of wood treatment where you burn the wood with a flamethrower. So I've had great fun all weekend burning stuff, which being Northern Irish has kind of come as second nature. But I'll just take you outside and I'll show you what I've been up to. So yeah, this is a heavier burn. This was when I first started practicing, and I literally just built the screen to hide the pond heater from over here, because I got my wee Japanese bit going on, you know. And then the pond heater's in there, which is actually on at the minute, and I painted the wall in there black. But this is the real area that I've got done. Yeah, just burning it with a flamethrower and then treating it. Takes a bit of time because obviously you got to cut and fit, then remove, then burn. And with this one, because it's a heavier burn, you give that a little brush and then just oil it with linseed oil, and it gives that kind of finish. Now I know the true wood gurus and imperialists out there will say, well, it's not true Shou Sugi Ban because they just burn it and then leave the charcoal edge on it, and that's what they use to protect the wood. By brushing it off and treating it with oil, you take that away. But with this one, there was no brushing off. I could just burn it and then refit it and get the oil on it. And then the plan will be, I'm going to fit a double stable type door made with the same wood and the same finish, and then put some artwork on it. But yeah, I'm super impressed with how it's turned out and how it's looking. And the plan was, well, plan is to do the same along the back wall, but I need to get 4-inch posts that I need mounting to the wall first, because I'm going to put a roof on, and I want the 4-inch posts obviously mounted to the wall, and then I'll clad in between the posts with my flamethrower technique. But I think it looks pretty awesome. It's different, and that's what I like. I like to be different. But obviously I'm going to have a post this side. I'm going to have a post here. Bet you can hear my squeaky crocs. And then a post here and a post here, because on this side of the pond I'm going to fit a post here because it's going to be a substantial sized roof. So I'm going to have 4-inch post there, 4-inch post here, and a 4-inch post there, and then that will connect to the posts that I have bolted on the back wall. And I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I'm thinking of fencing in. Once the roof's on, it's going to be a solid roof, you see, and the roof is going to be above the roof of the filter house, just literally sitting on top of it, enclosed. And then it's obviously going to be slight higher at this end, so the water will run back towards the filter house, and then on the roof of the pond I'll have a guttering. It'll just come along and feed down along this wall into a rain butt that I'm going to have down in the corner here somewhere. But I'm toying with the idea of fencing it all in at the back and enclosing it. I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. And obviously doing that in the same cladding, and then for winter I'll be able to just seal up each post with polycarb walls and enclose it for the winter. But I am going to change the feeding schedule this winter, because I had I lost another fish the other day it was egg bound. That's 2 in 2 years, and it was not expensive. It was one that I bought, but the problem is I had it 15 years. A Ginrin Shou. She was 68 centimetres, and I had her when she was 10 centimetres, and I tried everything. I knew the fish was egg bound, and I knew it was because of my experience the previous year. I knew by the way she was acting, the way she was sulking, swimming, the size of her. I just knew she was egg bound, and I tried everything. I borrowed a vat off Matthew Morgan that built the pond. I set it up here on the deck, and I chucked her in a vat with a couple of males for 4 days. The males were definitely interested. The spawning ropes were in there. They were doing all the action, but she just wasn't interested. And in the end, I had to make the call to euthanize her. And when I turned the fish, she'd been sitting on the bottom as well, and her belly was all sore, but she also had these red blotches on her. And after talking to Chris Masters, a koi masters, he said that's the bacteria, the eggs rotting inside her, causing that. So the right call was to euthanize her. So I'm changing the way I do things. They're getting a winter, and whether it may be right or wrong, I'm sure every YouTube hero and professional out there is going to tell me what I'm doing, right or wrong. But what I plan to do, I mean, before in my old pond, I couldn't really afford the heat all year round, and I never had an issue. I let them have a winter, and I fasted them, and you know, they were able to reabsorb their eggs for a protein intake. Over the last few years, I've kept them hot, you know, sort of 14, 15 degrees sometimes. You know, a couple of years in the old pond, they were just kept at 16, 17 all through winter, so, and just constant feeding. I'm not doing that again. I'm not risking another female fish to egg bound, so I've come up with a plan. I'm going to drop the temperatures in December right down, December, January, February, and I'm not going to feed them through that winter fasting period, and then slow and steady, gradually build them out through spring into a high feeding period in summer, and then back down again for the winter. And I'm going to start that at the end of this winter, because I'm just not risking another koi to be an egg bound. So I'm looking to be purchasing another high-end Shou at the end of this season from the autumn harvests. So I am spending a bit more money on the koi, a bit more selective about what I buy, buying something at Nisai rather than Tosai, and I'm just not going to put a risk on any more of my fish. So yeah, sad moment over. That fish is gone. Ginny, my Ginrin Shou, and to be honest, I don't like Ginrin fish. They're not a fish that I like. But as I say, I had her 15 years. She was never one of my favourite fish. But over the last couple of years, all her sumi just, you know, it all really became solid, and it actually started to grow on me. I really liked her, and it was it was a heartbreaking moment having to put her to sleep, to be honest. One of the bad bits about the hobby, but I'm not going to dwell too much on it. Look forward to, you know, getting the fish ready and prepped for the Great British Koi Show. I'm feeding M20 sinking, the Sakai Fish Farm food that is supplied by Darren at Absolute Koi, 50-50 with Sake Hikari colour. They've been on that probably a month or so now, and after the fluke treatments and the temperature drops and everything else, I'm slowly just building that back up. I want to get back up to sort of 700 grams a day. We're currently on about 330, 350, which they're clearing well. Monitoring the water parameters every sort of couple of days as I increase the feed, just to make sure that the filters are dealing with it, because all the filtration I have in here, I've never ever had readings until we had that big chlorine problem, and the filters are slowly building back up there again. So yeah, the pond's in a good place. The fish are looking well. They're in this sankey here, sockeye sankey. Absolutely love it. Stunning fish. That'll be one I'll be taking to the Great British Koi Show. Obviously my new sankey over at this window, if she doesn't run away. Oh, she's down there. Obviously she'll be coming. I might take him. Obviously being on the colour food, he is looking a bit yellow. So we'll address that with some sake akari, shiroji. My other male over there, my other tancho. I've just startled him now by standing up here. The other tancho, he's looking great. I did knock a scale on him because he was one of the males that I put in to try and spawn, and netting him up to try and get him in the vat. He wasn't too impressed. But yeah, everybody's happy now. Water's good now that I'm controlling what goes in, and yeah, we're slowly building back up on the feed. So yeah, that was just a little video to give you an update of where I'm at since I had a bit of spare time now that I can't do any more cladding. But oh look, they've even got a door frame in. I know, it's only taken 2 years, right? But I just wanted to grab a camera and say hello, let you know what I'm been up to, and thank everyone for the 5,000 subscribers again. Absolutely blown away. You know, because I don't put out as many videos as everyone else, especially in the winter. I tend to drop off because work is seriously busy for me in that time of year, and I just don't have the time to pick up the camera. So yeah, rocking over on the 5,000 makes the effort that I do put in when I do pick up the camera all a little bit worthwhile. So thanks for watching, guys. Look after yourselves.